Hey, this is Jpar, and this is the We Promise Nothing crew, and this is the new review. Today on the show, we have Myles and Lipp, but more than that, we have two very special guests on the show today. That's right, folks. This is our very first crossover episode. We have the Talk Nerdy guys here. Dave and Steve, say hello to the crowds.
Hi guys, glad to be here. Really exciting to talk what I feel will be an excellent review on Independence Day 2.
The review is going to be far, far better than the actual movie.
All right, Lipp, Myles, say hello to everybody.
How's it going, everybody? Myles here.
And everybody, this is Lipp. How's it going out there?
All right, so we will be the ones reviewing Independence Day Resurgence for you. And now you can catch Dave and Steve on Talk Nerdy, which airs on Eastlink, a local community access. And you can follow them on Twitter at Talk Nerdy TV. Is there anything else you guys want to add to that?
We are on Eastlink possibly 3 times every day. So if you haven't seen us, you're trying not to. Yeah. So thanks, I guess. Yeah. But we hope you tune in.
Yeah, if you have the channel, then you've already seen us, so there's not much more to add, you know?
But we do want to have a special thanks for being invited here today to talk about this movie. We're really excited, really been looking forward to it. Fans of the show, so it's cool to be here to see it happen.
Yeah, and that's awesome. We're glad to hear that, and we're excited to have you here, actually.
Absolutely. Happy to have you guys.
Wonderful.
Now, last night we all witnessed the second Independence Day to come in fruition, starring Jeff Goldblum, Hemsworth, not Liam Neeson, Liam Hemsworth,
Movie.
Bill Pullman. Could you imagine Liam Neeson on the phone with the aliens? Like, I don't know who you are. I got a particular set of skills. I will find you and I will kill you.
Return my moo base. Everything will be fine.
All right, so what'd you guys think of Independence Day Resurgence?
Are they throwing the Jurassic Park references in there?
Well, they kind of went there. They did it to themselves.
They really did.
Tell me your general impressions of Independence Day Resurgence.
Definitely my second favorite Independence Day movie of all time. But that being said, I think that if you're going to see it, go see it with a grain of salt. Don't expect too much.
And some ketchup.
Yeah, exactly. Turn your brain off for as much time as you can, and you might get some enjoyment out of it from the explosions, you know? But
Explosions, cool.
Yeah.
Well, it perfectly explains Independence Day, as we know, is an American holiday, so if you like explosions, you won't be unsatisfied, I guess.
To quote my esteemed co-host, Steve once described it as Independence Day saving humanity through American patriotism.
Yes.
And this movie certainly tries to do the same in that effort. I do feel it missed the mark. It didn't have the same gravitas as the original, for sure. And I also felt that if you changed the name of this movie to anything else, it wouldn't affect it. Like, it didn't feel like an Independence Day film.
Not at all.
They could have called it Super Alien Fun Bugs, and it wouldn't have affected it at all.
That was the alternate title for Starship Troopers, I think.
Yeah, Super Alien Fun Bugs. I wanted that
That's
to be
a
the
great
sequel.
title.
Yeah.
All right, general impressions, Myles.
For me, it lacked heart. Will Smith in the first movie, he brought like spunk and heart and swearing, and he was quirky, and then he wasn't in this movie. That's what was missing for me. They had no good replacement. His son was a dud for me. I don't know. I think you guys nailed it right on the head. I didn't like it. I'm just going to say it right there. It missed a lot of marks for me.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Myles here. For a action film, I felt that almost every actor was like the joke actor, the comedic relief in this. There's so many comedic relief actors, and just not that much, action-packed, strong-willed characters. Everyone had their little one-liners, and there's a lot of shitty puns.
Oh, terrible.
There's a lot of bad jokes.
Yeah. It was the timed puns. Like, everyone just dies, and then Jeff Goldblum says something stupid. Oh, they gotta hit all the landmarks. Dude, 1 billion people just died.
By the way, my mom lived in London.
Oh.
She might be all right.
Yes.
Are we still gonna boink though?
Oh,
you
yeah.
can tell there was still some.
Oh,
boinking.
whoops! I guess we're hitting spoiler
Oh,
territory.
sorry, yeah.
Oh,
Needless to
shit.
say, this
That was in the
movie
trailer.
finds
Yeah.
human death super funny.
Yes.
Super casual.
Or at least
and
they're
super
very
funny.
indifferent to it.
Yeah, they are very casual with the millions of lives that have been lost.
It happened
Sundays.
once before, so
Yeah.
we're kind of used to it now. You
Yeah,
know?
this is London. No spoilers, sorry.
All right, so because we are already tiptoeing on Spoiler Town, let's get to the ratings and why. Let's try not to give anything away, though.
We give it out of 5, right?
Yeah, out of 5.
All
I'm
right.
gonna give it a 2.
Oof.
I'm just gonna start things off with a 2. I'm only
Really
giving
low.
it a 2 because Jeff Goldblum, he still does it for me. I don't know.
Yeah, I still
The
like
way
Jeff
that
Goldblum in this
he
movie.
delivers his lines is so original. He's always like he's hearing his voice for the first time all the time. Like, whoa, I can't believe this stuff.
That's a perfect way to explain
Wow,
Jeff
Jeff Goldblum, you have not changed in 20 years. So I'm gonna give it a 2 only because it had like some of the recurring characters. Brent Spiner for me was a little hit
Oh
and
my
miss,
God.
but when he hit it,
He
he
was
hit it.
bad
When he
in
missed
this
it.
one.
Oh, I'm like, Brent Spiner, you owed somebody a favor or
wow.
something.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
I
I give
see
it a-
why he's been
yeah.
acting for a while.
Yeah, I give it a 2 out of
Jeez.
5.
Well,
for
come
me.
on, guys. Oh, wait, no spoilers. I can't talk about them.
Yeah.
Well, we will get into that in
Yeah.
just a second. Lip, you want to give it a rating?
I'm gonna give it a 2.5, slightly better than Myles, but
Wow.
it's definitely not a 3. I don't even think this is one I would go. I don't even suggest you go see it in theaters. But
Wow.
like this
Wow.
is a watch it at home or download or. So I thought there's a lot of interesting concepts in this movie that they just didn't expand on.
I felt the very same way. That there was a lot of great ideas that they said, and I was like, "Oh, cool! I can't wait to see that." And then it didn't happen.
Yeah, I don't think it's much of a spoiler, but I really enjoyed the alien-human technology fusion.
Yes.
From all the technology they gathered from the first film. I thought that was really well done, but there was a couple things they just left.
All right.
on
So what
explanation.
your rating was 2.5.
2.5.
All right. So you got 2 for Myles, 2.5 for Lip, and Steve.
I say 2.5 as well. For me, it's so bad that it's kind of coming around to the funny bad, where I can laugh. We laughed about this movie for like an hour after actually seeing it, so I get at least a little bit of enjoyment in tearing it apart. So definitely a 2.5 for me.
Oh, I'm excited to tear it apart.
And I will agree with both Lip and Steve. I will give it a 2.5, and we did do that when we came home last night. We just talked about for an hour about all the bad ideas and all the things that just went wrong they could have done better, and we laughed about it.
Plot holes. It
Oh,
had plot holes.
it had plot holes you could drive a school bus through. Hey,
Plot hole so deep it would access the planet's molten core.
oh! Wait, this is the non-spoiler part, right? We promise nothing, folks. All right, well, now that we're swimming in Spoiler Town, why don't you tell us your rating?
Well, since the whole movie's been pretty much laid out for you, you know what?
Not quite. Not quite. Please hold yourself there.
I have to agree. Jeff Goldblum was the only real original heart of the entire movie. I'm going to give it a 2.5 as well, and that's because Julius Levinson, Goldblum's dad, how is that actor still alive? I'm impressed that he probably for months was just training, just to look the way he did for his meager role in the movie. So I feel like I'm doing his work injustice if I give it a 2.
I gotta admit, I didn't expect him to show up in the movie either.
Yeah, no,
I was like, oh, this guy's still alive? Cool.
Wow, good for you.
And I thought he was going to be one of the redeeming things of the movie. Unfortunately, not.
Well, he only redeemed it for a 0.5 for me, so I will also grade 2.5 out of 5.
All right, so pretty low reviews for Independence Day Resurgence. Normally, this is the part where we say, hey, go check it yourself, make your own judgment. But I think we're saying this for you. You can wait. You can wait to see this.
Yeah.
It's a big blockbuster, lots of explosions. It's pretty much probably what you would have expected. So don't expect much. All right, so now we're going to flip over into Spoiler Town. Now, this is where we're really going to dig into this movie because I know these guys are frothing at the mouth to just say something about this movie.
Let's go first.
Go for it, Myles.
Okay, so I brought my watch into the movie. I didn't know that I was going to be looking at my watch as much as I did, but I counted it took 1 hour and 22 minutes to get to what was a storyline. So the little robot that one that gets blasted out of the air, finally tells you why the aliens are back. Thank you. Holy crap. Why did it take that long? It honestly just seemed like why? How did the aliens get there so fast? And why weren't the humans surprised about a wormhole? Why aren't they surprised? Why aren't they like, holy shit, it's a wormhole?
I know,
Yeah.
I was.
Hey,
I was
there's
like,
a
holy
wormhole
shit,
there.
it's a
Something
wormhole.
comes
I
out
was
of the
like
wormhole.
that.
Anyways, there was just too much...
Yeah, and the bad aliens
Oh.
don't use wormholes. Maybe that's a clue, you know? Come on, guys.
I don't know.
The bad aliens, they travel by looming, over you in kind of a creepy fashion, not through awesome wormholes.
How did that mothership, under cloak, did it take 20 years to get there? Is that why they mysteriously got there at the exact same time the wormhole probe alien did?
I don't know.
Exactly. There's a lot of I don't knows.
One thing I did like, didn't like, is how when they got the distress signal, it's basically a highlight reel for the first movie. You see the best parts of Bill Pullman's speech, and apparently that's infuriating to the aliens. But
Human hope, we cannot stand for this rousing speech.
in case you're seeing this without seeing Independence
It's
Day
because-
1, here's a preview of what happened.
Can we spoil the first one?
I'm not gonna.
On that?
Oh, you can. Oh no. People should have saw that by now. That's up to them by now. If you're listening to a review of the second part of Independence Day and you haven't seen the first one, what the heck are you doing? Go and watch those movies, then come back and listen to this.
Biggest problem I think with this movie is that 20-year gap, and they didn't have enough explanation of all the old characters and where they were then, what their names were, anything. So when they came up on screen or their kids were on screen, I had no idea who the hell they were, and I didn't really care if they died or if they were having
was
issues.
Liam Hemsworth's character, was he supposed to be like one of those redneck kids that was what's his name?
Still
Remember the guy who
I
flew
have no
up?
idea.
I don't
Okay,
think
remember
so.
the
We
first
haven't-
one, the
we
guy
didn't
who
see
flew
it
up
for
into
that.
the plane?
Yeah.
Well, what was that? The guy from
Randy Quaid.
Randy
Yeah,
Quaid.
yeah,
Thank
No,
you.
Randy Quaid. I think it was
Dennis
the other
Quaid.
Dennis Quaid. Thank you.
So Dennis Quaid, is that his kids?
No, I don't think so.
we
That
got
was
fact
never
check.
explained.
We got Boo
No.
in the background fact checking. Said no.
Fact check.
No.
Okay,
No.
it's a no.
The only reason why he's significant is because he's the boyfriend to the daughter of
The former president.
Patricia
Bill
Whitney.
Pullman,
the
yes.
former president.
Yeah.
Is what it was.
Yeah.
Could you
I
look
already
it
know that.
up just 100%, or did you?
I already know that.
Oh,
That's
okay.
just something I knew from
He
basic.
is essentially Wikipedia, and the computer there.
All
is a
right. Well,
format.
according to Boo's
Said
fact check,
Boo's
he said
something.
he had no connection other than the boyfriend girlfriend thing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he also
I think they left
attempted
it
murder
very...
On Will
Steve-
Smith's son.
yeah.
Oh yeah, right. They left it very
Killer.
ambiguous,
Captain
though. I feel.
Even that was weird. Like, they looked at a training video and it was like really quick, and he's like, "Oh crap, he hit me! Oh, eject!" And then it was over.
Yeah.
And that was it.
There was no emotion attached.
Yeah, there
to
was
it.
no emotion.
As an
Weird.
audience,
There
I
was
didn't
no
care.
emotion to anything.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. In this movie, I found the alien ships are bigger, but the stakes aren't as high.
No.
Like, I mean, when you watch that first Independence Day, and there was... Remember, like, the coordinated attack the aliens had?
Yes,
They had
yes.
it over New York, over Washington, like, all the humans are freaking out, like, what's going on? Like, maybe they want peace, maybe they want war, we don't know.
Yeah, I believe in the first film there's humans that were welcoming the aliens.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They didn't know,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You
Because
know?
it was before the year 2000, they're like, yeah, take me with you.
Yeah.
It was like, there was their Y2K.
Well, they took out all the suspense that came from that first encounter with those aliens. That's completely gone from this movie.
Completely.
So they had nothing, no sense of mystery or of suspense when the aliens were coming. They were just like, yes, they're coming. Yes, they're going to kill us. What do we do?
And I don't want to mean to cut it on Miles' time here, but I really do need to think that the first invasion did so much more damage to Earth than the rescue mission they sent. And I think it's kind of what you were saying too there, right? I mean, they killed more people and did more devastation, systematically clearing the planet in their first run than their rescue mission with the Queen.
Yeah.
So-
Apparently, this queen didn't look at the notes from the previous queen to see how to do it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it wasn't done well. Oh,
Yeah.
the part where you get out of your ship and chase the school bus full of children isn't a part of that plan?
Also,
no!
we-
Jeez, I wonder why!
We have learned that alien queens hate school children. Yeah. As of all of the things she had to go after, no, that bus is mine.
Yellow?
Yeah.
I hate yellow.
Yellow.
They're like the Lantern Corps. They really hate yellow.
But yeah, you don't have to wait for me. Like, I could keep on going. There was so much. The physics was off for me. Like, when they kept on falling in the ship, and it took forever to fall. I'm like, what is happening right now? Is there some sort of weird gravity loop or something? Shit?
Well, what it was is that the other ships that were spinning around the Queen were creating a whirlwind, I think.
No,
keeping
I mean
them
when
aloft.
they're in the ship.
Oh, when they're in the ship.
When they first had the
I know what you're talking about.
Well, they did an EMP pulse, and then all the jet fighters are falling.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then you see all the like shurikens come in, and they like attach themselves to the nukes and do the energy shield or whatever.
Yeah.
But everything's falling forever. They're like, oh crap, we can't control anything. But they never hit the ground. Everyone's okay. And then the next half hour, you see them. They're in like a marsh, and then the scenes are so quick. There was no
I
development.
agree. There's
It was
no
like,
development.
Like
I totally agree.
1 minute quick scenes. And you had to like, okay, just slow it down.
Yeah,
Just slow down. A
Give
quick
us some
10-minute
time to
scene.
know these characters.
Develop the
Develop
scene,
them.
develop the characters, and they didn't do that. So I had no heart. There was no heart. I didn't.
There was
care.
no heart. I didn't give a shit about any character.
No.
The characters
Yeah,
I did give a shit about, they didn't elaborate on. Remember the guy who was a part of the alien hunters there? They were
The Warlord.
The Warlord.
Yes.
Thank you, yeah.
They could have taken out the entire moon-based scene
Yes.
and expanded
Yes.
on that guy's backstory. I want to see him and his other African warlord groupies going and hunting some aliens. Before in the 20-year period, let's expand on the fact that they have a ground fight with these aliens in Africa for 10 years.
That's big news.
Because that's something you don't get from the first movie, and they just throw it in there.
That to me was the.
You're
I thought one of
totally
the-
right. I
one of the
actually
coolest
wanted to
parts.
see the story of how the humans survived after this time of being attacked.
Yeah.
I wanted to see that guy, that warlord, and his group going after the leftover aliens and seeing what they did to take them out. That seemed like a much more interesting story than what they actually gave us.
Yeah, and have his brother die, and then I will avenge your brother. No, at least give him some motivation, right?
100%. I did not know who that kid was picture he was kissing, and I was weirded out until he was like, bro.
My brother,
I'm like, oh man, this is weird.
I was making some wrong assumptions
What
here.
is happening?
Speaking of weird, weird.
I know where you're going with this. Jeff Goldblum's
School bus
father.
joke.
Yeah, his dad with the kids. Yeah,
It turns out to get kids into reading, you got to end the world and give them a shitty old man's autobiography. You know, I mean, that's how you get forget all these learning platforms.
I said it right after the movie last night too. Is you can take Jeff Goldblum's father's storyline completely out of that movie, and it makes no difference.
Doesn't make a difference.
He's on a boat, then he gets picked up by the kids, and he drives the kids.
Should have
to
died
Nevada.
right there while he was on the boat.
I thought he was dead.
And there was no reason for it
Well,
at all.
The kids, the whole kids and Julius's storyline was really only thrown there to give a fake sense of suspense with the kids throwing the kids under the bus. Let's drive straight into the salt flats where the Queen is, so we can be safe.
Like that whole storyline was
Same,
just so they could have
except
a
we're
Jurassic
driving
Park
in
scene.
the way where they're planning to shoot their plan off. It's like we're gonna get the ship inside the alien queen's ship and we're gonna blow it up. It's like, oh, what's that school bus doing there?
I look forward to the month after movie where Julius is arrested for kidnapping.
It turns out those kids' parents, they're alive.
They're totally
They're
fine.
somewhere else.
They are totally cool, and they were going there to pick up those kids at that bus stop. That
Not to
found
mention
them at.
all the other kids. He had a lot of kids by the end of the movie.
Yeah,
He collected
He was
a
a
lot
kid
of
collector.
For Independence Day 3, we have a child army led by Julius Levinson.
And he has the swords.
Yes,
from
he has the warlord's katanas.
I want that movie.
And there's another part of the movie I didn't like. How pretentious is that movie to set up a sequel? You know
Yes!
what I mean?
Oh yeah.
How
it's
do you
we're
think it's
so
gonna-
determined that this movie's gonna do well. It's like, oh, do you guys want to see intergalactic battles, huh?
Yeah.
Do you?
No!
American patriotism in
Yeah.
space.
Yes, I would love to see that in the context of an entirely different series.
Yeah,
Just like,
I loved it in Starship Troopers.
yeah. Intergalactic space battles? Yes, that's called Star Wars. Let's see more of that.
Okay,
So,
can we talk
as
about-
you can see, you want to talk about Sam?
Yeah, what I think is the most glaring plot hole in this entire film, which is eventually 4 main fighter pilots gather 2 alien ships and start fighting the Hive Queen once, the ex-president is dead. By the way, that is a very non-interesting death, and I felt no emotion for his death blowing up that mothership. But apart from that, they start attacking the Queen, and they are blasting her away, and she has no shields. And
Suddenly.
suddenly
Yeah, suddenly.
aliens realize the orb is still available, is still there, and she gains the ability to control these ships. Why wouldn't she do that once they started shooting at her? I was so confused. Why?
Yeah.
Why did you take all these shots and just almost die? And then you're like, now I see it. I see it.
That is so true.
That actually didn't even occur to me
Not
until
at all.
you said it. And
To
I'm
me,
like,
I
oh,
was watching
crap.
this, shaking my head, going, "What the fuck just happened? What?
Fine, I'll choose to live then. Whatever. Ships help me.
To me, that was the most glaring plot hole. I don't know. It's just that, and also, do we know how the shields go down on the Queen? There's all these ships shooting, and
I
then the
think
last.
there's a part injured on her that they showed her trying to, like,
Of course, never.
mend or something.
Is it? Yeah. Okay. Boo seems fact checker back there.
If you look back at the scene, actually, they were targeting that chest piece that she had on her chest. I think that's where her energy shield was actually being generated. It just
Never
so happened to be
explained.
that as they
Never
were coming
explained,
in on
but-
that last attack, they
But the shield
targeted.
keeps all the blasts.
But how did
at
they
a certain
know that?
radius.
How
Yeah.
did they know that?
They didn't.
Just more
Just
questions
luck
than
of
answers.
the
Yeah.
draw
So
there.
luck defeated the Queen.
I'll give you
at
that
the end
though.
of
I
the
did
day.
see her take off the chest piece when her shields failed, and you could see like a cut in the middle. But
Yeah.
how did it get there?
I know. It's
Yeah.
like, why is it that only that one spot in her shield is so weak that according to the writers they had to take down the shields just by shooting in that one little spot? It was just too coincidental.
Also, let's look at the real reason the humans won. Not through ingenuity, not through heroism,
Canada.
not through Canada.
Not-
It's the fact that procedure is how they won. Oh, the Queen's dead. Better go, guys. All right.
Yeah,
that's
what was
a good
that?
point. Yeah.
What was
But
okay?
did
We
they
are.
win because the little robot said that was one queen of
Yeah.
one harvest ship.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that means there's multiple queens, multiple harvest ships. We're fucked.
Yeah.
If we could barely survive the one, and how much damage did that do? There's no death
Here's
toll.
my
There's
problem.
like
Yeah.
5 feet between the ocean and the core of the earth now.
Yeah, what
They
is
got-
that going to do? All
There's
the
just
water
one guy.
is going towards the core.
We
I
said-
don't know what that means.
We said last night there should have just been a scene at the end of the movie with one guy with a shovel, like filling in. It's a living.
Yeah, but honestly, they are minutes away from reaching our core. Oh, our Queen's dead. We'll just everybody take off and leave.
Yeah.
That's not what happened in the first one. All the ships crashed.
Yeah.
Right? It didn't
Yeah.
make any sense.
I know that didn't make sense. It's like, oh, we beat the Queen, and it just flies away.
But,
It's
I mean-
like, what? In the other one, they all crashed. They went down onto the Earth. You know what I mean?
Plus, I thought they needed our core to recharge and stuff.
Yeah. It's like, bye.
And I mean, what they establish is that when they blew up the mothership, they maybe killed a queen, and yet you have now 10 years war with all these aliens on the ground, not being controlled by the Queen. When in theory they should just be, brain dead.
Yeah. Yeah, I just love. I want to be that Union guy on the alien ship. Well, Queen's dead. No one else. No one else is gonna ask us for Earth core. Let's fuck off. Time to go. I hope that guy's fired. The point is, that guy is getting crap when he gets back to the home.
Well, he either got fired or he got a great promotion. One of the two.
I wish this movie was about the war in Africa, the 10-year war.
Yeah.
Yes.
That
yes.
seems so interesting. It's one of those concepts they really should have expanded on, and they didn't. They just...
And I feel like this movie has been a lot of missed opportunities.
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Now, we've had a lot of fun making fun of this movie. Let's try and throw in some good stuff that we did like about this movie.
Oh, I
That's
saw
a
so much
shorter
bad
list.
stuff
Yeah,
though.
it's a shorter list.
Can we
I know.
Can
we don't have
edit
much
out-
time left, so it works perfectly.
We should edit out the hour it takes us to develop this content and then start recording again.
Well, the first Independence Day won an Oscar
Yeah.
for best special effects.
That's sure. Oh, okay.
Okay,
All
so this movie
Was it for acting or best movie?
wasn't for acting. It was still cheesy. Still punny, whatever. But the first movie won for special effects. Would you guys agree the special effects were really good in this movie?
No, the special effects are still good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This
Yeah.
isn't like such a horrendous movie. I say don't watch it. It's terrible. No, there is good things about this movie. The
think
special effects are on par.
I don't think they're groundbreaking though. It's not going to win
No,
an Oscar
they're
for
not
special
groundbreaking.
effects now.
It's
No.
what you've seen before, but it's not bad.
No, it's not. It's not awful.
Like I said, I like the concepts that this movie provided. And I felt, but that's what makes this movie bad, is that they provide a lot of interesting concepts, but they never delivered on them. They just kind of gave us the same old, and then threw in... By the way, why I call it Independence Park is because the big fucking queen running after the bus at the end. It's like, did we really need to put Jeff Goldblum in one more Jurassic Park movie that badly that we had to turn Independence Day 2 into a Jurassic Park movie? Get out of town.
If Jeff Goldblum had just said, "Must go faster,"
I was waiting for it.
Yes.
He says, "Must go faster" in both Jurassic Park and Independence Day. I swear to fuck, they're the same character.
that would have bumped it up to a 3 for me.
Yeah.
I might have gave it another 0.5 for that.
For the record, this is his positive review of the movie. Let's go positive. This scene sucked. Okay.
Sorry guys. I tried to tell you something good about it, and I ended up something more bad.
You know what? I'll actually dive in with my positive. I know we've been making fun of the Queen. I liked the Queen fight.
Oh, yeah.
I would have liked more of that alien ground troop. They tried to give me jet fights again. They hardly gave me jet fights.
That was one of my major gripes about this, because I really
Yeah.
liked the dog fights in the first one.
Yeah.
There was virtually no dog fights, just the one, and it wasn't even a good dog fight.
No, because they followed the one guys into the ship. They didn't pay attention to what was going on outside after that.
So I thought the design of the Queen was cool. They did a great job cinematography-wise to create the size of her, so I felt the depth of her size as a character versus everyone else, versus the other aliens. I was immediately able to grab onto that. So I did enjoy that visual. I think they really, didn't use it as well, and I thought it has potential, and that's kind of like what I enjoyed. So if that's what I enjoyed, scale that to the movie. But that was mine. That's what I really liked the most, was the cinematography there. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anything else good, guys?
Yeah, I think that, you touched on it a little bit when you talked about how at the beginning of the movie, they really showed how human technology and humankind had progressed. As much as they could have cut out the entire moon base scene, I did enjoy it for what it showed.
I really like the human and alien hybrid technology.
Yeah, and I like seeing if they had expanded on how that came to be a little bit more, if they had shown us more opportunity where they're using human-alien hybrid technology to defeat the aliens. As it is, they showed us the big build-up for their super weapons, and then they got destroyed immediately. Yeah. So it was kind of a build-up for nothing. But up until that point, I still enjoyed seeing it.
Yeah, it was cool seeing the helicopters without actually having wings on the top. Anti-gravity machines or whatever.
And
that was cool.
They choose to keep the same shape. I know we're not positive. That was the positive.
I thought that was a bit weird too.
We like helicopters.
You think there'd be like thrusters on the side or something? You know what I mean?
For me, a positive. Now Jay's going to disagree here. Is Brent Spiner?
Spiner.
Yeah.
I actually liked his comic relief with his partner there, and that was probably the most emotional death in the movie. The only emotional death in the movie, almost.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
I didn't find that death.
I know you didn't.
Emotional.
Well, I
found it very
it was the most out of all of them.
The scarf
Vivica A.
comment
Fox.
is the only one that made
You're right.
too early in the movie.
The nurse, I'm sorry, we'll go to
Vivica A. Fox is here. Oh, no, she isn't.
Yeah. Gotcha. She's holding on. You're like, oh, okay, she's all right. And then let's
It's like, oh, and then her son pulls a total Superman. It's like, you can save me, son. No, I can't. Bye-bye.
The positives, those 2 comic reliefs. But then I said before, there's 6 comic reliefs in this movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got the, government agent who's with the African warlord.
The guy who out-Goldblum's Goldblum?
He's comic relief.
Lloyd or Floyd or whatever.
Floyd,
yeah.
I almost thought he was McLovin.
Yes! He looked exactly like McLovin.
Someone agrees with me.
Exactly.
Someone agrees with
We're
me.
not agreeing with him.
Oh, no, I think he did. Yeah.
Who? What's McLovin's? What's the actor's name for McLovin? His last name is Mintz. That's all I know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Doesn't
Let's see here.
Okay, for me, a good part.
Yep.
Do you have another good part? There's 2 good
The
parts.
the African warlord, but they didn't expand on him enough.
No,
He was
they
awesome.
didn't.
And his scene where he said you have to kill him from behind, and then he shows you how he kills him from behind, the aliens. That to me was like, I was like, oh, this
I
guy's
almost
badass.
thought the McLovin look-alike was going to
Die?
Well, I thought he was gonna. There's a lot of characters who should have died, but I almost thought if he wasn't gonna die, at least they could have showed him learning from him, killing them from behind, or something cool like that. No, they didn't do that.
He just goes like nerd rage and shoots everybody.
So
with
it's Christopher Mintz-Plasse? Plaza?
Oh yeah, he has the.
That's who plays McLovin. Now, who plays the kid who I thought was McLovin?
McLovin's dad, probably.
McLovin's dad.
McLovin Sr.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so we're getting near the end here, folks. So I need one thing. What's the thing that you liked the most about this movie? What's the thing you hated the most about this movie? Shoot. Be honest.
Okay, I mentioned my good, but here's one of my hates, and I told Jay this before. One of the iconic scenes for me is the speech from the first Independence Day. And in this one, they did 2 half speeches where the former president has a half-decent rally of some troops, and then the new sworn-in president also has a half-ass speech. But, I mean, there was no epic speech. And they basically, I don't know, they cover their ass a bit by playing half of the speech from the first movie, which, you know, to me was a big scene from the first one.
So that's your...
That's my
least,
shit out.
That's your least favorite, that there was no good speech?
No, my least favorite is the fact that they had the alien ships and then the Queen could control them randomly after she got shot for 5 minutes. And that, to me, is the biggest problem.
What was your favorite? Sorry, I did miss your favorite.
He didn't say
he didn't say it.
Yeah, that's why.
That's why I missed it.
My favorite comic relief by
Brent Spiner.
Too much comic relief.
But here's my problem with Brent Spiner's character. It took me half hour to realize who he was from the first movie. He
was supposed to be dead, wasn't he?
I thought he was.
Yeah, we all.
I thought he was dead in the first
controlled
movie.
from the aliens in the first movie, and I thought he was dead. And I was like, who the hell is this guy? And then when the former president got taken over by the alien, then it all kind of clued in. I said, oh yeah, that's right. Okay, that's who he is. But that was poorly explained, like many things in this movie.
Dr. Oaken.
So wait, did you have a favorite part of the movie?
The comic relief from those 2 characters.
Okay. By the way, it's Nicholas Wright that plays the McLovin lookalike.
Okay.
All right. So favorite and least favorite, Steve?
All right. Favorite, I think, is it's going to be a visual for me. I think I really enjoyed the inside of the alien ship, just the ecosystem that they had. I thought that was really cool.
That's fair. That was fleshed. Yeah.
I wish they'd done more with it. I wish we'd seen some like Rambo style fighting in the bush. You know,
when they both came out of the water, I was like, "Oh, this is cool."
Yeah, they're gonna ambush those aliens.
Nothing. It's just like every great thing about this movie. Just like,
Yeah.
But it was still a cool scene. I would love to see more of it, but still probably my favorite part was that little scene there where they go inside. Least favorite for me is going to be actually the basic premise of the movie. In the first...
Right to the core.
Wow. In the first...
literally!
I see what you did there.
In the first Independence Day, you're seeing using old human technology that predates anything these aliens understand to coordinate an attack and to overthrow the alien spaceship. Here, the core reason why we were able to defeat the aliens is not human ingenuity. It's another spaceship. It's another space alien from elsewhere coming in and providing this kind of driving force for the movie. And I thought that kind of told the spirit of the movie in general.
It did, yeah, it really did. It really did.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I gotta pick... Okay, let me go with least favorite.
So much to choose from.
My least favorite is the fact that they built up so much and they didn't do anything with it. They're like, here's this great idea, here's this great idea, here's this great idea, but we're not going to do shit with it. We're just going to let you think about it some more, and we're not going to actually present it in this story. So it didn't feel anything like the first Independence Day at all. I felt like the stakes were much higher in the first one. The stakes were very low in this one. I wasn't ever really concerned about any character or anyone at any point. Where the first one, I was at the edge of my seat like, holy shit, aliens are attacking, what are we gonna do? This time I was like, the aliens are here, big deal.
We've already killed off London.
Done this before. London? Well, they like to get the monuments, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. You're a big man. Whatever.
So, I mean, the lost opportunity. That's my least favorite part. They had a lot of great ideas that they did not dominate on.
This whole movie's a setup for the third, is the problem with it.
Yeah, it was.
And they expect it to be a third, but will there be a third?
I think they will. I think
Of course they will.
People are going to see it. People will see it if there's a third movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they will.
It's hard to say what's my favorite part of the movie. It wasn't a terrible movie. I mean, it's still watchable, but like we had fun making fun of it, obviously. I mean, the effects are good. I'll give it that. That's probably maybe the best part. And Jeff Goldblum, like Myles says, I still like Jeff Goldblum. I mean, he could have been that. I feel like they didn't give him enough either, because in the first movie, he was giving them shit for like, hey, why aren't you listening to me? I fucking told you this was going to happen, and the aliens attacked, and now we're all fucked. In this one, they're like, we didn't listen to you first time. It's like, hey, by the way, don't attack that ship. We don't know if it's friendly or not. And they attacked it, and it's like, why would they not listen to the guy who saved the world the first time around? Come on!
The American way. Shoot first, ask question later.
American patriotism.
Oh, God.
Anyway, so Jeff Goldblum and the effects are good. And my least favorite is the missed opportunity on this movie.
My least favorite. So easy to go that one first. My least favorite part of this movie. I came here telling myself it was going to be the fact that they never gave the orb a name. We have no idea what its name is, no idea what its culture is. I can't wait next week when they're calling it Orby. Let's go leave Orby's Revolution. No, but my least...
That's the name of the third movie. Independence Day, Orby's Revolution.
My least part is they had so many characters and they wasted so much screen time on all these characters. I felt that was why I never got attached. You know, they built up this American president. She died right away, needlessly. I didn't even see the death. So they spent so much screen time on these characters that I never got to actually see die and develop the story. You know, we had the general on the moon base and his daughter. His niece was there. Yeah. So that was obviously emotional.
She was sad, but we didn't give a shit that her uncle died.
Yeah, we didn't.
Her character wasn't developed at that point, even.
No, exactly.
Her character was never developed,
Yeah.
and they made her to be like she was going to be an important character, and she never was.
No, she was attractive and Asian, and it was done.
Well, I saw, not to go too much on it, but I saw somebody else talking about this movie, and they said the reason that she was in there was to appeal to the Chinese viewership, and that's the reason Hong Kong got destroyed and everything like that, is because they have millions of people seeing that movie over there, and they want to make it appealing to that viewership.
And I understand you say appealing, or is that American patriotism as a warning?
Whoa! I
I'm
never
just
thought
saying.
that.
I mean, I'm not officially.
So
saying
only
that.
America, China, and Africa are in this war against the aliens. The rest of the world is just like, yeah, they can handle it.
Huddled in tents.
Don't mess with Africa in this war.
Yeah.
They won.
Apparently, they're the people you had to watch
do
out
not
for.
screw with them.
Don't let them be behind you. I think that's the lesson to be learned.
Warlord, the end, Paris got by unscathed.
Yeah.
Like,
Jesus, I'm not saying this officially, but apparently warlords get shit done. Not an official political opinion. Of this
Good, we
movie.
don't do those on here.
Good. I would never want to make a statement that is attached to Eastlink. With that said, my favorite part of this movie, I have to believe, is those guys on the damn boat watching the drill.
yes!
Why is that my
they are
favorite?
funny.
Yeah, why are they my favorite? It had everything. It had group comedy, group humor. They were drunk once. They were happy once. We knew their objectives.
They
wanted to get
actually
rich.
had a really good line where
Yeah.
they're like, it's the end of the world. They're all laughing, getting drunk. And it's like, oh, by the way, there's some people who want us to go check out the drill site. Keep an eye out for the government wants. Tell them we'll do it for $1 million.
Yeah.
They're like,
10 million,
10 million.
100 million.
100 million. They're like, they're going to do it. They're like, oh.
It's because the ship,
130 million
the
or
ship
something.
they were looking for had 100 million in gold, and then they couldn't look at the ship because
Okay.
the alien attack.
But it had character shock. It had
Yeah.
them developing as heroes. They were originally after gold. They were possibly
Were they heroes?
Yeah, well, they were.
They
in
were
a sense-
there.
They're not heroes, but they became sort of that selfless sense of we're actually doing this to save the world. And you saw a bit of it. I think so.
You know who they reminded
They're
me
kind
of?
of treasure hunters, aren't
Yeah.
they?
Yeah.
They actually reminded me of, in the first Independence Day, at one point when they're coordinating the attack, you have a bunch of people crowding around a ham radio, and
Yeah.
like, it's bloody well timed the Americans did something. I kind of got the same vibe from them, where
Well-
they're just sitting around reacting.
And
That is one of my least favorite scenes from the first Independence
Yeah.
Day. Because it implies that the rest of the world was sitting on their ass waiting
Yeah.
for the Americans to fucking do something. Which is bullshit because Canada would have had that shit done a long time ago.
Canada probably
Freeze them out.
They had no idea what anything was happening. Apparently, their
Well,
alien ship.
the aliens never attacked Canada, so we're cool. We're just like, I'll let the Americans deal with it.
Yeah, we just want the Americans.
So I will alley-oop everything everyone's saying is that's the only part of the movie that truly felt like the first movie to me was those guys on the boat. So I know it seems like a small portion, but that's my favorite part.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right, so let's go around the table. Final thoughts before we close this up. Myles, go first.
Well, do you want my best and worst?
Oh, did you do your best and worst?
No.
Not.
Well, give me your best and worst then, sir.
I'll keep it quick and simple.
Alright.
Worst, no development. I didn't care when people died, and when people did die, it meant nothing. For
Yes.
example, when Bill Pullman died, he brings the iconic speech, well, half an iconic speech. He's got his daughter with him, leading the way. He goes to the spaceship. He blows up. He even says something cool. The Queen, before he dies, is like, "On behalf of the United States, fuck you," or some shit.
That would have been a cool line.
Yeah, whatever the fuck
Yeah.
he says, and then
Even
it didn't work. I'm like, are you kidding me? You killed an original cast member, and it meant nothing. Awesome. Okay, so that was my worst gripe with it.
Okay.
My favorite part had to be, and this is going to sound weird, was Liam Hemsworth. He was kind of redeeming for me because he had a little bit of Will Smith spunk to him the whole movie, and that was it. I felt like they were going to, he's going to be that guy that, like, I don't know if you remember the Will Smith scene when he captures the alien, drags him all the way back to Area 51.
Yeah.
But the alien's still
With
alive,
the
and he's
parachute.
just like, you gotta fucking kick him! And he's kicking the shit out of him in the desert. I thought we were gonna get some of that out of Liam Hemsworth, but they just...
No.
They didn't
The
give
best
it
they
to
did
it.
was him pissing in the ship.
That was
Yeah.
actually pretty good.
Yeah.
And that was it. That was like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm like, hey, he's the Will Smith, I think, but they're just not letting him off
Cut
the chain
loose?
enough.
Yeah.
So even that, I don't know, that's it for me.
You got to wear
For good.
essence of Will Smith cologne and spritz it on. And
Yeah.
just before the movie.
And the oil painting.
Oh,
the
yeah.
giant oil painting in the Oval Office.
Yeah.
How much do you think they had to pay Will Smith to put that up there?
I don't know, but that was creepy.
It's like, here's a picture of him. By the way, he's not in this movie.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
dead. He died in a test flight or something. Again,
What a-
something
What
stupid.
a douche way to die.
Yeah, I know.
They couldn't even give him a good
He was
death.
putting out the garbage and he got clipped
Yeah.
by a fucking toilet from a
Fucking-
fucking
He could have been like
spaceship.
going over to Africa to help them out, and
That
somebody
would've
died
been-
something
yeah,
like
that's
that.
That would have
Hero's
been cool. And then there's your prequel, the 10-year war. Will Smith
Exactly.
is fighting with them.
Yes.
Everyone got a cool death.
Doesn't
the
take much to write a
wife
good
got
movie.
a hospital death where she fucking saved a baby and she died.
Yeah.
Like, who is he? Hal Jordan's dad? Died. Calm yourself, okay?
Yeah, he better be somebody important.
All right, final thoughts around the table.
I thought the movie sucked. Don't watch it in theaters. Download it.
Legally.
Legally, of
Legally.
course.
Digital
Of course,
downloads.
digital
Yeah,
downloads.
super ticket.
Yeah, it was garbage. It was, I don't even know what to say. Like, it's... I hope I never have to watch that again.
I'm gonna go off base. I think go see it because there are some movies you have to say that you were there to see, even if they're awful. And this is one.
Well, I think you're right. This is a Snakes on a Plane in 5 years kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's... They tried so hard to be an A movie, but it's clearly a B.
Yeah.
At least Snakes on a Plane had nudity in it. You know, it's like, wow, this movie's bad pressed. You
Those
know?
aliens were naked, I think.
Yeah, the
They
queen.
were-
The
they were-
queen had she had back. So.
Yeah.
My final thoughts are, it's a good movie to make fun of, but it's not a great movie to see in theater. But if you want to sit around and have a couple jokes with your friends, you can do that.
My final thoughts, everything's been said, so I will say that we officially copyright Independence Day 2, Orbeez Revenge. Sorry, Independence Day 3,
Yeah.
Orbeez Revolution.
Yeah.
Revolution,
Oh,
yes,
that's
exactly.
how it goes.
So my final thoughts are, you owe us 25 cents every time the name is used.
And we will be rich by the time Independence Day 3 comes out, because they're going to love that title.
In another 20 years, maybe?
Yeah,
Yeah,
2036.
exactly.
Another 20 years, we're going to make you wait to disappoint you again. All right, so that has been the review for Independence Day Resurgence. This is Jpar signing out.
This is Lipp taking off.
Myles leaving the building.
Steve, see you later.
Dave leaving with Steve.
And remember, if you disagree with this review, you can leave a comment below, but also, we promise nothing. Good night.